Hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Tycoon 2 video, and in this episode I won't be building on Seaside Park, this to keep a little bit of diversity going on in my uploading schedule, even though I probably won't be keeping up with that, because at some point I will be running out of blueprints to actually do this kind of stuff, and then I need to think what else I can do to keep a little bit of difference going on, also trying to upload weekly. So yeah, with that, let me explain to you a little bit what this video is actually about. And in this video I will be building a Mack Spinning Coaster, and to be more specifically, I will try to build the Mack Turbulence Spinning Coaster model. And this spinning coaster model has been in my mind for quite a time now, and that is because I just like the model. Just in general, it's a really compact spinning coaster model, and I thought there were more of in the world, but apparently there are only 3 ones. So it was really hard to get some reference material going on. As you can see in the underground of me building, on the ground there is like a layout blueprint kind of thing. But it turned out to be a little bit too big scaled, or I had scaled a little bit too big and I didn't want to change it. So then I just started to actually do it with my hands, freestyle it, until I eventually got it right. Spoiler alert, in the end it didn't, because it is really hard to get recreations done to a 1:1 scale. You'll also see later with supports. Normally supports would be very different if we talk about this model. But I just needed to do it more in my own way. So the layout is the same. It's not 100% the same. It's just like close to a 95% the same. That's just because you can't do more. I really try my best to get the layout actually working even off screen, and later in footage you'll see me change the layout even more and more, just so I can align it up more. And yeah, in the end I think it turned out really great. For the people also new, I finished this in one of my streams, where I just did the last few supports because the rest didn't matter. And yeah. But yeah, anyways, this being a Mack Spinning Coaster model, first model was introduced in 2015 in Adventure Park in Long Island, I think it's called. That's where the first model actually came from. And then later it took a while to actually catch on to this model, I have a feeling, because the other models were built in 2021, both opened in the same year. Turbulence in Adventureland being the original one. It's on Farmingdale, New York. I don't know much about the United States, smaller United States theme parks. I think I know more if we talk about small European theme parks. But yeah. The color scheme for that one is green and yellow, just like Dravelwind in Toverland, but in this model it's more fluorescent, kind of green. And yeah, just to get a little bit off of that, I went more with like the Rockin' Blue one, which is located somewhere in China, I think. If I can quickly look it up, it's located at a Tetsi Blue theme park that's in Kazakhstan. What a surprise there. All their coasters have blue in the name and all opened in 2021. But yeah, Rockin' Blue, I got the color scheme a little bit off of there. Only supports are colored a little bit differently, because otherwise it would be a little bit monotone with the colors and stuff, and I did not want that in any case. So as you can see, layout is now completely finished, And yeah, now it's just a matter of tweaking and doing all kind of things just to make it work perfectly. Also, I really hope Dennis will add a ride scheme for this one, so it's more like a family spinning coaster that can be positioned on there as well, or just an entire complete new model, because yeah, the extreme spinning does great and stuff. But yeah, he also needs to add that on the block brakes it will spin out to the correct position if the train stops, because now it just quickly rotates it back once it stops on a block brake, and I don't think that is really great. But yeah, that being my main reference model, also scaling is actually far off for this one as well. So yeah, that might be a little bit of my fault. But yeah, in real life the coaster model also is really tiny compared to what I was actually doing, because if I did with the original size it would be really big, and that's something I did not want to do in any kind of way. So yeah, now it's actually time to make the supports structure, or like first make the connector pieces for this coaster. And yeah, those look a little bit like Intamin, but are just a tiny bit different. I think they're more like a combination between Intamin and Gerstlauer in my eyes, even though I did not do the Gerstlauer part in this one because it would just make too many items. Because in the end, if you were on stream, you would see that the item count was 896 of the 914 items I could place in the blueprint, and that is quite a lot. So I literally used every possible item I could to actually make this coaster happen. And part of that is the thing you see me build here, is just a little I-beam where the catwalk can be rested on, and I needed to scrap that because of the amount of items I could place there. I thought I still had some items I could place, but in the end it turned out there actually wasn't any. So yeah, that's just a little thing I need to do up. For the rest, these supports are really accurate to like the real life model, I would say. Getting reference images from RCDB, because yeah, RCDB isn't for pretty images. You can get loads of reference images from there as well, if you are lucky, of course, because the more popular coasters get more images, and the less popular ones maybe get one, which looks really bad, and then you need to do it with that, or images you can find on the internet, because not every image from the internet is on RCDB, of course. If you look up Joy, there is also a chance that you might find me on there, because I was at opening day and my uncle asked for photos. He kind of works for RCDB, so yeah, if you see more pictures of me with my name on it, yeah, that's me. So now you know that as well. But yeah, also just looking at the Mack Spinning Coaster in general, if we look at trains in general for this model, those aren't the best ones. They're actually really compact in a way. Like if you have like the normal ones, which these models have, you can actually sit quite well. But then the ones with onboard audio, and for that I need to look at driver winds in turbulence. My knees don't really fit in there. It hurts a little bit to get that one, to actually have my feet in there. I also see they also made another small family style coaster for the Legoland parks, small model, looking quite interesting. Never seen those ones, and that's maybe because they opened this year, and then there's one coming to Legoland Japan in 2025 as well, in 2027 as well. Those look actually pretty great. Might also do a model of that one in the future if I still can, because I might be reaching the amount of blueprints I can actually save on my account, and if I want to save blueprints on the other account, I need to be making them on that account, and then I would need to pay for all those game passes again. So I don't want to do that. So yeah. Also, for the people who still don't know from where they can get a Mack Spinning Coaster from, for my UK viewers, this is also like the same model, it's just a layout model I'm building right here. But you can also know this one from Storm Chaser in Paultons Park. And yeah, I don't know where they're from the rest, from the people who might be watching from Dubai. You might know it from IMD World of Adventures. World of Adventure, my bad. For my American viewers, Zierer Sidewinder. Those all being the same model, of course. Zierer Sidewinder only having a flat track with diagonal cross ties, and the rest being a triangular track, because Mack Rides was still in like the phase of how do we need to develop our first spinning coaster. Because if we look at the first spinning coaster Mack Rides ever made, it was Euromir, opened in 1997. Also, funnily enough, still drawn by hand. No, not then. But yeah, that one is really janky, and I got the opportunity to ride it. Vehicles have changed after that. Track type has changed after that. And yeah, I think what they have become now, I think those Mack Spinning Coaster models are great for family rides. And yeah, also a reason why I built it, because I also might wanted to add it to Seaside Park later. But I still don't know what to make in like the last coaster, because I was also thinking of like a water coaster of some sorts. Yeah, I don't have much space, and I need to choose what I want to create. But yeah, now you know the whole history of like the Mack Spinning Coaster model, funnily enough. Because yeah, it's still one of the most manufactured coaster from Mack Rides, or like the stuff beside from the Wild Mouse and the launch coasters, or powered coasters as well, because geez, those powered coasters also have been purchased a lot. So yeah, as you can see, I'm still tweaking the layout here and there to actually make it look more like the original one. And yeah, I eventually came up with a design that I could work with, because normally the turn you see me make here is a little bit more under the chain lift, and there's a reason why the chain lift structure is like a little bit different than the one that I have right now, because normally it would have like a little horizontal bar that would keep up the track with two supports, and like a reversed U shape. I don't know how to describe it really, but yeah, that was not possible with my model. And yeah, there's just like I said in the beginning, this model is not recreated to a 1-to-1 scale. There are some issues with it, and I cannot fix it in like any sort of way. So yeah, and then right here I'm just finishing like the flat track supports, because I'm really glad Dennis added this update, because I was really waiting to actually get something like that going on. And yeah, I think at this point it was just time to start the rest of the supports going into this roller coaster design, or blueprint kind of like design. And one of the things I really wanted to do was I wanted to add as much detail as possible, and that didn't happen, because all of these things I still wanted to add in this coaster were like, I wanted to add a catwalk on both the brake run and the chain lift, and then I also wanted to add like the motor on top of the lift hill. The reason why it's on top of the lift hill is so the power or the force distribution is better, then it wouldn't travel along the chain back down to the ground. Except you're a B&M in that kind of way. I don't know why they do it, but yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I want to try to add as much details as possible, but in the end I scrapped a lot just because of the connector pieces that I couldn't really change. As you can see, also the supports underneath the station needed to scrap that as well because there are so many items. I think there were like a little over 30 items per support underneath the station, and that was scrapped then. And yeah, that's like the whole process of designing this roller coaster. I thought it would be a little bit easier, but then it turned out to be harder than expected. And here you can see me use a very handy tool in like making or placing these connector pieces to the track, from where on I made the supports, and that is if you are in the advanced building mode and you just click with your middle mouse button, this is the scroll wheel on the track, your group or primitive will align with that small part of the track. It doesn't matter if it's a track piece, it will give the orientation of the place where you click. And that has been added in the last update, the one from October, I think. And I just think that's a really handy update. And this is like the first time I was able to experience it. And yeah, I still think it's a great addition, and not many people, or I think nobody actually knows about it. Or some small group might know about this. But yeah, it exists, and you might also seen a short about that, because there was a little cut right there where I I recorded a small short, because that was literally the moment I found out that you can align it to like every possible place on the track, on the coaster. And funnily enough, a friend of mine asked that question previously as well. He asked like not even a week before. He asked it like the same week, and I couldn't answer that, and I said, yeah, it's also new to me because it was really added in the last update, and I really haven't been able to toy around with that in like everything I built. And yeah, it's now after making this coaster, making custom connector pieces, it turns out that yes, it is possible. And I also told him, and still haven't got any reaction back, so I might know. Maybe I'll get one later. So, but yeah, you'll see. You learn something new every day, even if it's about a game you are, or I have already been playing for over 8 to 9 years now, which is absolutely incredible. Also, the reason why I can't change to Planet Coaster, because I'm just so used to this game. Switching to Planet Coaster would be really hard, and that's why you would also don't see me move to Planet Coaster really quick. I also uploaded a video of Planet Coaster 2 weeks ago, or like 1 week last week, and also didn't get received very well. I think the video is still under 50 views, which is absolutely insane for the size of what this channel has become now. And yeah, I don't think I will be doing any more Planet Coaster 2 content in the future. So I think I will just keep it to Theme Park Tycoon 2 and maybe even Water Park World if I finally found some motivation to play that game, because it's also a game from Dennis and it's also really nice. But yeah, just in general, it's much harder to get some money on there, get a park going in there, and yeah. But I think it would be actually really nice if maybe there was like a video coming out of that, maybe even touring the only 2 water parks I have made in the game. So yeah, as you can see, I always return to Theme Park Tycoon 2. It doesn't matter what game it is. I will only play it for a month and then I'll be back to Theme Park Tycoon 2. There doesn't even need to be an update in Theme Park Tycoon 2 for me to return to this game. So yeah, I would say good job, Dennis, for keeping me here at least. Also, the game is growing in popularity. From the moment I joined, only maybe close to 3,000 to 5,000 people active on average, and now being at a regular of 10,000 to 12,000 people always active on it. And that might be Benji's work, because he was the guy who made Theme Park Tycoon 2 great again in some sort of way, with adding all those rocks. And I can feel the pain, Benji, if you're listening to this, because I have been through it as well, placing that many rocks, which you might not see because those rocks are in parks I unfortunately do not build on anymore. I also have never finished a park, so yeah, maybe that changes with this channel, because I also managed to finish some different kind of projects, like the Intamin Swing for a Bill Battle I finished, then the Vekoma Boomerang I finished, and then all the small blueprints, even though not being on par with my standards, I finished them as well. And the reason why I finished the blueprints is because there is literally a set item amount you can save on the blueprint, so yeah, that being the reason. I also see we are almost at the end of this video, and because there will be no real-time part, I will say, if you like this kind of content, you can always like and subscribe. We're currently on the road to 500 subscribers, and I would really appreciate it if we reach that before the end of the year, because that would really be a Christmas miracle in my eyes, because right now it doesn't seem like we're getting there. But anyways, I'll leave you guys with some cinematic footage, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.